Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Love what you drive. Today I'm here with my friend Phil.
What's up, guys?
And he's gonna tell us about his car. Take it away, Phil.
This is my 2006 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. This is my second Crown Vic out of everything that I've ever, out of all the cars that I've owned, I should say. My first one was an 03. I always loved it as a kid, so I mean, I just said, you know, I might as well get another one and go for it. I've had other cars, Nissan, Volkswagen, but for some reason this car pretty much makes me feel the most at home. It's got at the moment right now it's got about 180,000, 80 plus thousand. I gotta check again. It's been through a lot. Affectionately, her name is Violent Vicky. It's my Instagram and everything, and basically, you know, it's kind of like a personification of my character, because everything that, you know, how I do my own style is the reason why it kind of looks the way it is.
Why did you get a Crown Vic and not I don't know, a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord?
Let's see. When I was like 17, I first saw this car in action in my local township and everything. And I looked at it and I was like, this is kind of a weird car, because I'm like, it's a Ford, but it doesn't say a model on it. And it was like, it was long, it was kind of odd looking, it was weird. And just looking at it, and the only thing I would see on the back would be that Police Interceptor badge on it and everything. And I was like, huh, Ford Police Interceptor. And it was just kind of weird to me. Then from time to time, I'd hear them drive it by and everything, and it just sounded great. It was like 4 doors, it could fit all my friends and everything like that, and I was just like, I want this car. So by the time I finally got my license and able to buy my own one, I researched it and I found it, and come to find out it's called the Ford Crown Vic. And basically my first one, my 03, it was a lemon. I learned a lot off that car. I learned how to do my brakes. I learned about mostly every little quirk about this car. And I was like maybe 7 years ago when I had that one. And just basically, when I got it and paid it off and drove it, I was instantly in love. The thing was comfortable, it was big, it was boaty, you know what I mean? I didn't feel, because I'm a big guy, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I just felt like it was like, boom, I can fit in here comfortably. I didn't feel like something was like squishing me tight, you know what I mean? And it had a decent power for what it was for an older car, you know what I mean?
Okay. Do you know the backstory of this particular one?
This one was a Woodridge unit. It used to be car number 42. I've been looking to see what's going on with the history of it. I cannot see any photos of it in service, but I mean, I know it's like how when I got it with the title and everything, the guy who sold it to me, he didn't have any, he didn't register in his name, so it actually still said the township of Woodridge on it.
Okay.
So, and when I got it, it still said police on it. It still said the whole thing. But unfortunately, when they decommissioned it, they kind of scuffed it into the metal and pretty much ruined the paint job on the whole thing for it.
How long have you had this one?
This one is about, I would say 3-4 years now, I think.
3-4 years. How many miles on?
180 some odd thousand.
180 some. And you mentioned earlier that you're on your second engine?
Yes, about to be my third.
Okay, third. Okay, tell us about your third one.
So the first one, the original one in the car was perfectly fine. I used to do Uber with this car, so just imagine seeing some guy pull up with an old cop car picking you up for an Uber.
Yeah.
I went through some water the first way through. I was clear. And then basically the second way, when I tried to come back, it was like a dead end. So when I came back, I completely hydrolocked the motor, shot the motor down, and basically killed my car.
Yeah.
So I thought I was safe. I drained the oil. I did all that fun stuff, and you know, changed the spark plugs, started it up, completely knocking, and it was just done. I went back to the place I bought this car from, and pretty much he replaced the motor for me, rebuilt the trans, because the trans took a shit after and everything. And then basically I was a second motor. Unfortunately, this motor is a taxi motor, so it's kind of, it's tired. It's burning oil. It's pretty badly. You can hear an exhaust noise on it.
Yeah.
But that's right now. I just hopefully found a good motor for this one now. So maybe this time this motor will be freshened up and proper, so I can actually enjoy this car in its full glory.
Yeah, we are in the parking structure because out of all the days we chose, today seems to be the rainiest one. But nevertheless, we found some time to get out and do this one. I've seen it on Instagram. He's got some really cool stuff that we're going to tag and put all the info in the description below. But tell us about some of the mods you have on the outside of the car. Let's, since we're back here, tell us about this wing and maybe the exhaust and everything else.
Okay, so this is a Mustang GT500 wing. I believe it came from 05 to 09, that body style. A buddy of mine I follow on Instagram, he used to be known as SVT at Interceptor, had this, and I mean, I've seen the guys put the Marauder wings on it, and the Marauder wings are cool, but I wanted to be different, so I found this, and I was like, you know what, I gotta put it on. And then just to take it a step higher, I found the wicker bill that attaches to it, the plastic attachment, and basically I put that on, and that was oh man, that was an interesting situation to put on. First time putting a spoiler, and I was nervous as all hell.
Yeah, this thing looks really clean. I mean, it looks flush, and it really looks good on this.
LED tail lights back there as well. Pretty much, I don't like the new style, the Euro style Crown Vic tail lights. I like the traditional ones, the regular. Right. So I went for that. So that's my style.
Do you want to actually turn on the lights while we do this so we can see?
Let me turn them on.
I'll hold the mic. We'll have Phil turn it on because I was following him all the way here, and the lights are very clean. Everything in the front lights up. It's a very nice build. Okay. Yeah, these look really cool.
I had this set originally on my 03, and I just love how it looks at nighttime, so this became my preferred set of LED taillights. So definitely would stick with that.
What do you have for exhaust?
Those are stainless steel slant cut 18-inch MagnaFlow tips. They're 2.25-inch inlet to 3.5-inch outlet. Pretty much stock exhaust for the most part. I have still the cats and everything, but I have Flowmaster Super 44s for it.
Okay.
So I definitely I like the rumble, but I do plan on going back and getting more of the exhaust and everything probably redone.
Yeah. All right, moving on. And the paint, it just looks all blacked out. Did you do anything to the paint?
Just the part when they decommissioned it, I tried to kind of touch it up and fix it. You know, basically with some spray painting myself and everything.
Okay.
Tried, but I mean, I still gotta go back and do it again. Try a different type of paint and maybe make it look a little bit more cleaner. Sanding it myself and everything like that. So first time body work, a little bit off, but I mean, hey, it's, you know, you got to practice to get something good results, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So we see the number 42 yeah. Right here. You could see kind of in the light.
It's also on the other side too. I don't know if you want to check that.
You got the little the window. What is this called?
Like the vent wing, the window wing. Basically,
yeah, the little lip spoiler.
That was the first one I put on it. That was the reason I was like, you know what? I saw it and I said it fits a Crown Vic. I'm like, no way. My buddy had it on his Crown Vic and he gave me one. And I was like, I was like, let me see. And I put it on and I'm like, you know what? I was looking at it. I like it. It's like it's so small and it's like, you know, a nice noticeable detail.
Yeah, it's like a nice little accessory. Maybe I'll get one for my Merc over there. I've been looking at it. Is it called what? Spoiler King? Or
no, this one I just got it off eBay. It was like I looked for like
really?
a window spoiler, and I was just like, I said it fits a Crown Vic, and I just I lined it up, and I was like, it actually does fit, and I just tried it.
Wow. Okay. What are we running for the wheels?
Stock 17s, but I'm running Pet Last. I got these guys from this the tire shop I mess with. They're called Koi Works. They're pretty much decent all seasons. I mean, I haven't had like good luck with tires lately in my life.
Yeah.
I feel confident with these because I'll be honest with you, driving a rear wheel drive in the rain, you kind of get nervous, but with these I can confidently say I can do like 70, 80 and not worry about anything.
Even on the way here, my Mercury was fishtailing because we had a lot of pollen and it was really hot, but now that the rain came down, it was a little slippery, and you're running 235, 55, 17s. All right.
Yep. I have a set that I got to put on, but I got to get the rims done. I got their Explorer rims I want to put on. They're 18s.
Explorer rims?
Yeah, from like 17, 18 Explorer.
Okay.
That there. But I'm going to get them powder coated and all that type of stuff and put them on.
You're going to have to get some of the pictures so we can include them in here. Anything that you want to add, you could definitely throw those in. Do these lights work?
The spotlights? Yeah.
Spotlights?
They're actually modified too. That's another thing. So the spotlights are actually RGB. So
wow.
The regular spotlight works, but let me see.
Okay, bro. Now you're going to have to run them right now.
Give me a second. Let me get them connected.
Oh, look at it. He's got his phone out.
Yeah, it's great. Oops.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those in-depth car reviews or interviews.
Let me try to get this so it's connected. Let's see, nope, now it's
I was talking to Phil earlier and we were just saying how everyone has a Crown Vic, but each one is so different and everyone has their own touch on it and everyone has their own spin on it. And
I give it up to a lot of people who have actually, what is it called? Like, you know, basically give me ideas and I kind of just run with it. And I mean, like, you know, I find my own way to do something, try to be a little different, and like, you know, try to bring stuff that I see from everybody I follow, like on the West Coast and everything, do the stuff that they do. So I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Driver's side, let me see, disconnected, connect this, and there we go.
oh, there we go.
So I can just do this one, and then I'll do the passenger side one.
Man, I've never seen this before.
eBay, man, I'll tell you.
eBay and Amazon, huh?
eBay has a lot of interesting things.
I think
changing.
on Instagram, Great White. Do you know?
He had one too. I talked to him. I picked his head about it and everything.
Okay.
He's got a new setup, and I'm kind of jealous of him. He's one of my people. He's cool.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Okay. All right, what do we have in the front? There's a lot going on in the front, but it's clean.
The Crown Vic headlights, I just like the whole like deep look it gives. It gives like a modern look. Everything in the car is LED. I tell anybody who drives a Crown Vic or anything, any Panther, you have to have LED in this car. LED fog lights. I got a new style I'm a mess with. Those are actually strobe lights somebody gave me, and I modified them to be actually like regular fog lights, so they don't blink. They're just straight. They're great at night, because these cars, unfortunately, they never came with a fog light option. So, a little bit of elbow grease and modifications, you make it work.
Yeah, they fit really well in there, and they're like so small, but they're bright. It gives it a really nice touch. Okay, this bar came with the car?
No, that's actually from my 03. I had that from my 03. I put that actually back on. That was that's something to remind you to remember the 03 by. The only thing that came with the 03 was this push bar and this original light bar. Unfortunately, the wiring doesn't work at the moment, so I gotta go back and rewiring. But I do most of it myself. And those are my original fog lights and my night running lights. So I gotta do that.
You ever had to use this bar to push somebody out of the way?
On my 03, yes. I was in North Carolina, and this guy in his big, fully loaded box truck was broke down, and I actually came behind him and, like, pushed him and everything.
Phil to the rescue, huh?
I pushed a Mustang with this, too, actually. As you can see, the push bar has been through a lot. People backed into me. That's why I advocate a push bar in any type of car. You know what I mean? And, like, I've pushed cars with this.
Yeah. I remember in the 90s, my mom had a car, and it broke or ran out of gas. And cop rolled up and pushed us, and I was like, man, how is he gonna ruin this bumper? But then I realized this guy had a push bar.
See, it's solid. Like, that's the crazy thing about this thing. It is solid. Like, I'm not gonna show you. It's not going
the whole car, yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
The whole car is being lifted.
I put it on myself, so I mean, it's not going anywhere. But yeah, it pretty much is my emblem is RGB. It does its own thing too. I have grill lights on it as well. There's a horn that was my original like secondary horn, a boat horn.
Yeah.
But again, I have to get back into the whole wiring thing because things started breaking. So I'm just like, I gotta probably replace that horn. I gotta get another emblem under warranty.
Do you want to turn your lights on or everything that's on?
The things that are the only thing that works still is the what is it called, the grill lights.
The grill, okay.
Yeah, because the emblem itself is not working, so he owes me. The guy who made it for me owes me a replacement. Yeah. The side, the bars and everything.
So you could turn the headlights on with this too, or no?
Yeah, it's all set up.
Oh wow.
Just turn on the grill lights for you. So the grill lights are also RGB as well.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Do the whole thing.
Even though it's daytime right now, you can still see.
And it also has a microphone function, so when you talk, it does its thing as well, changes.
Okay. I really like those headlights. They're not blue. They're like bright white.
VLEDs makes them.
Who makes them?
VLEDs. VLEDs.com. Okay. They were like, the set was like, that's one of their current brightest ones. It was like 200 something for the set, but it's 200
something?
Yep.
Oh, bro, I've been buying, and Amazon people have been sending me like $30-$40 ones for free, but 200.
Yeah, so everything is VLEDs in the front. The side marker is LED. That was like, they're like, I think 75 or something, 50 to $75 for the bulb.
But I see the big difference, man. Like the stuff I have is
the headlight is like 200, and that was like about 150 for that. So
oh yeah,
they're really great. I mean,
it looks really good. It's not just a blast of light. It actually, man, I wish a video never does justice, but Let's take a look at the front one last time before we move on. Oh yeah. All right. If you want, you can probably kill the lights.
Yeah, right.
And we'll move on to what's under the hood. Then we'll hit the trunk, and then we'll do the interior. Let's get to the good stuff.
Classic Crown Vic.
There. Oh, look at this.
Dirty, but you know, she's a work in progress. The hood, like I said, was in an accident. I had an accident with it, so I had to replace the hood because my ABS module went. So when I mentioned about the whole engine being flooded and everything, the ABS module, which is down in here, was shot, so I lost ABS. So a rear-wheel drive Crown Vic with ABS and driving in New Jersey, it's pretty much you're gonna fishtail no matter what, hitting the brakes. So I replaced the hood. The hood is from I think an 08. What's that? This one?
I like that. It's like it gives a nice little. I don't know. The contrast, or you open it, it's all blacked out. You open it, it's white.
Actually, no, it came from a 2010. It's a 2010 model year, so I have pieces from a 2010 in here.
Okay.
So
man, so this car is all put together, huh?
Yeah. It's like I said, that's her nickname is Violent Vicky.
All right, what's up with this funnel?
It burns oil, it leaks oil, and plus it's also easier to have my funnel right there because it's like all messy and everything like that. So it's one of the special funnels Snap-on makes it for the car. So I can just take it, tighten it, leave it standing up and everything, and I don't have to worry about anything.
So it just hangs there, right?
Yeah, it just hangs there.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm like, I hope that's not going into something. You just pour oil in there.
Yeah.
What are the hoses? Why are they green?
The green, those are silicone hoses. That's Ford's new silicone hoses.
Okay, so they went from the blue ones to the green ones.
When I used to work at Ford, I originally had the blue ones, but obviously classic Crown Vic issues, intake manifold goes bad.
Right.
So the intake manifold for me, that elbow piece that goes in the back, breaks off every time whatever I do. So the hose was cracked and shot, so I replaced the intake manifold, and then I also wanted new silicone hoses because I prefer silicone over the regular rubber ones. And I bought them from the dealer. They were green and they were silicone, so that was their new style.
This is all for the lights?
It's all for every little wiring. I apologize for my wiring. It's kind of
spaghetti. Hey man, it is. This is actually exactly what we like. These are not trailer queens or anything like that. These are daily used cars. Okay, what do we got for the intake setup?
The intake setup, I created my own I modified my own intake. So basically, I cut right here behind the where the box would sit, because in the P-71 box.
Yeah. Cut
that off and put this cone air filter in here. So it's basically, gives better. For me, some people say it doesn't. It's a hot air, cold air, a hot air intake, but it definitely wakes up the throttle response on the car.
Oh, definitely.
It definitely feels it and everything a lot better. Also in the back here, pop this off. I'll try to pop it off.
Okay.
Throttle body spacer on there. That definitely added a little bit more, aggressiveness with the acceleration and everything, combined with the exhaust. So it definitely feels a lot faster. It's not tuned for it. Unfortunately, I'm running a little rich, like when you smell it in the exhaust. But I mean, it is itself. It definitely feels a lot better accelerating wise.
Okay. Now I ask this question to everybody because the internet hates it. Do you use Motorcraft only parts, especially the oil filter?
I've used everything. I've used Motorcraft. Motorcraft filters are good. I've used Fram. I've used CarQuest.
Can you tell us where you work now, actually?
Advanced Auto Parts.
Okay, so you got the hookups at Advance.
Yep.
All right. What else is done under here?
Obviously, the intake manifold's been replaced. The water pump's been replaced. Normal maintenance, belt, tensioner. Alternator went bad on me. I replaced that. That was a buddy of mine from his car, RIP Evil Scepter.
Okay.
He was in Maryland. His car was lifted. You would have loved that car. That was amazing. ECU was replaced. I had some computer issues because for some reason with these electronic throttles and everything, there was a wrench light being thrown for like the performance and everything. So I had it replaced and reflashed and everything like that to do that. Basically keeping this thing running tip top, as much as I can for what it is. So
all right,
she's a work in progress.
Yeah, she's a never-ending project.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead, throw your cover back on.
All right. This is the fun part. This thing never wants to come off. I actually have a newer one. I got the one that's for it because this one came from the older Crown Vics. But I modified it to make it work. Because the thing is, where is it? this piece right here, because it was cable driven, it wasn't properly on, so I had to Dremel it and make it work, and then I sprayed it with the color that I'm going for.
Yeah.
The whole dark Toreador red basic look. So that's the look I'm going for, the color to you know, the red and black, the whole. But that red is beautiful. If you've seen them on a Marauder or any car that actually was blessed enough to have it, it's such a beautiful color. So that's why I decided to go with that.
Do those pins slide in?
Shit, yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah.
Try to put it in.
So we're kind of just messing around here, but this is a very proactive garage, because we got guys right there behind that. They're switching out probably like an axle, or I don't know what they're doing, but it's busy here. But
they're doing work today.
Yeah,
definitely doing work today. You still need to see more of the hood, or
nope, the hood is good. Thank you for all the info.
No problem.
All right, let's hit the trunk.
All right.
The trunk.
That's one thing you might like.
The trunk is where
modified key.
what is that from? Is that a Ford key?
No, it's actually on Amazon. I modified it so I actually have full what is it called? Keyless entry.
Okay, here the locks.
What is it called? And
so did you? Oh, wow. So you had to program it and all that?
I programmed it. So I originally programmed it for from Ford when I was working there, but you can get them programmed if you get the driver's door module, because 06 had a driver's door module, but around 08 is when they had a Bluetooth module, or the antenna I should say, which was actually what reacts off of this. So I had the antenna. A buddy of mine helped me out and got the antenna in the driver's door. So I jumped the wire for the trunk button to make it pop the trunk. So
much science behind it.
So unfortunately, things are falling off.
Yep.
But the trunk is dirty.
Yeah.
Full of stuff in here.
So this is a mechanic's trunk.
As you can see,
a guy, who does his own work. But like I said, a lot of people get all, you know, oh, my trunk is dirty, but this is exactly what we like to see. Is that a spare alternator?
That's one I'm going to actually get rebuilt.
Okay.
That was the original one out the car, but unfortunately, like I said, it was slipping. So I mean, that's one I'm going to get it rebuilt. I supposedly there's a place somewhere in Jersey that rebuilds. I might have yet to take it there.
Did your car come with the police tray and all the police equipment?
When I got it, no, unfortunately. I was thinking about doing it for like all the extra stuff, but it did have those brackets for lights. So when they pop the trunk, they have the little lights that alternate and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
And then for some reason, I'm still trying to figure out what this is. Well, when I hit the turn signals, you can hear it come through here. So this is like some type of secondary relay. That's all the wiring for my backup camera, because I modified my own backup camera. I didn't want to drill into the fascia, so I drilled into what's the cheapest plastic here and modified it, notched it, and pretty much turned it into a holder that if I need to replace it, I can just put another one in and just not worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's for the license plate light. Okay.
So it all works its own way. This, unfortunately, is a project I have to get to. It's one of those strobing or flowing taillights.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, right now it's not working, and I got to figure out why. But I mean, originally it was going to be here, and like whenever I'm driving at nighttime, you see it kind of travel.
Oh, kind of light up. Okay.
It worked before, but there's so many projects in this car that need to be addressed that I'm going through at the moment.
Okay. That's the trunk. No sound system, no 12-inch woofers.
Not yet. I'm gonna get a custom box made.
Okay.
Because I still need my trunk space, and you see down here I have my spare tire, my spare full size.
It is
spare.
there. Yep.
It's all hidden, unfortunately, but I got everything I need just in case I break down. But I do plan on getting right here in the deck lid a custom box made with maybe if I can fit 2 10s in there. I'll definitely do something like that, because obviously, you know, as a mechanic, you honestly do need your full, you know, your tools and your pleasure. But I mean, it's coming through.
Let's get on the inside now.
Inside is fun. That's the fun part.
The fun part.
That's another set that's working around here.
Let's start with the back seats, and we'll make our way up.
So I've been painting this. The seats are actually, this is what came with the car. They're all cloth seats.
Oh man, they feel good. Man, this is really nice actually.
Yeah, I was surprised. Cool. I was like, it got cloth. Interesting.
You got a light bar in the back right there?
Yeah, it's a traffic advisor.
Okay.
So for my club, Jersey Interceptors, if anybody were to break down, I have it wired up with those spaghetti wires in the front, basically, so that if anybody breaks down, they can see back here and basically see what's going on to get out the way or move it, just be on alert.
Okay. It's all like a dark charcoal, the whole thing. Interesting. Yeah, like I've been saying before, every Crown Vic or every Panther I see, everything, it's so different.
Oh, my custom painted. Oh, you'll like this. Hold on, hold the mic for a second. So, I'm a guy who likes to modify, right? So, this thing is cool too because it should light up.
Let's see. Okay, we see it.
Yeah. So I modified my own door handles because obviously, you know, people don't like. You're doing Uber. It was originally for Uber because people like can't see when they get out these cars at nighttime. So I decided I created my own like handles for it. That
oh man, that's super cool.
And it matches the whole thing and everything.
I think I'm gonna have to jack that idea from you because I put these courtesy lights, but in the front. You know how we have the little reflector?
Yeah.
I put some in because Panzer platform. Chuck, he said, "Hey, why don't you do this project?" I did it. So you open the door, you know, when the courtesy lights go on. But this, I really like. Is that all 4 doors?
It's just the
back doors. Okay.
The thing is, like, I did it while I was painting the doors. So the thing is, the paint on vinyl, this plastic, you have to get the right type of paint for it. So it took me a while to get it all lined up, edged up, and painted up how I like it. But I can give you the recipe of how to do it.
Okay.
It's actually not that hard. It's not that bad. It's just a little bit of modifying, a little drilling, and a little bit of splicing into certain things for electrical. So, but it's cool. It's all on the power comes from the window switches.
Okay.
So when I turn if you know in the front, it's how they got the what is it called, the kill switch for the back windows. Yeah. If you look back there, I'll show you. So when you kill it, the car turns off.
Oh wow.
And when you do it again, it turns it right back on.
Man, look at this. Yep, got some new DIY videos coming out.
I'm gonna have to jack the courtesy light from you too.
Can I sit?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Oh
so
man, this
you'll like this part.
Okay, you did all this yourself?
No, I went to Panther Clusters. He customized my entire what is it called, gauge cluster and everything.
Oh wow.
The original miles were they're plagued with the digital dash, and part of it is plagued with dying.
Yeah.
So I was looking for someone to do it, and he said, "Yeah, I can do it for colors and everything, or any way you wanted it." And I was like, "I want the red and white because it's just a nice."
Man, that looks really cool.
Because obviously, when you drive a Crown Vic at nighttime, you know, what I mean, the green is okay, but red is such a better color for your eyes instead of anything else.
That's so like the European. They got the red and the blue.
Like a BMW, right? Like
BMW, Volkswagen, yeah, Audi. They had it all. It's like so much calming on the eyes.
That I did myself with the instrument cluster for the gauges and everything for the temperature. I took that the thing apart.
Yeah.
And basically took all the green off, took the clear put red LEDs in it, so it's all red.
That's cool, man.
So that was a fun little project to try. I can definitely do that again if I need to.
What is this thing here?
That's for the traffic advisor in the back.
Okay.
So that pretty much controls the light, turns it on, and sends the direction of it.
Okay, kill some of that noise. Okay, what do you got for the radio?
Soundstorm Labs, Apple CarPlay setup. Does everything pretty much. I wanted it for CarPlay because honestly, not gonna lie to you, like CarPlay is so much better like than regular having your phone hang with Google Maps because it goes right through it. That's also one I would modify it as well. I found the bulb, an LED, and I actually cut it, modified it, put it in here so it shines red.
What is all this?
That's the switch panel for the lights on the grill. Unfortunately, they don't work, but they're all set up. Sorry about my radar detector.
Yeah. Man, okay, so we got all kinds of stuff in here. These seats are really comfortable. I like how soft they are.
They're great. Unfortunately, this one is from the officer that was sitting in here. He pretty much must have did something with it, and like it's kind of tweaked a little bit. I want to get it fixed.
Okay, it's like leaning a little bit, or what?
It's like it's cocked, so it's not sitting straight. Like you kind of like lean to the right, so it's kind of weird.
Okay. And it's power seats, I see.
Yes, power driver.
Just the driver?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to work in I have an idea of how to get power for the passenger. So that's one of my future projects.
Interesting. Yeah, see, that's like the driver's side has it, but the passenger doesn't have it. I've never seen that before.
That was like that on my 03 as well. For some reason, I think 08, 07, 08, and up, they must have got rid of it. It was all just manual slide and everything like that.
Wow.
My 03 had it, some 05s had it and everything like that, and it was just like some type of manual, like, you know, so automatic seat comfortable. And some of them have the lumbar too, but this one, since it's the SAP seats,
yeah.
it doesn't have the lumbar equipped to it.
Okay. So that's the ticket. Is that what it's called? The ticket light?
Yeah, the ticket light's in there, and then that's all LED as well. The center lights are LED. Everything in this car is pretty much LED.
Yeah, you got the dash cam, right? Is there one in the back? No,
just the front.
Just the front. Okay.
Nexar, it's cool. Goes straight to my phone, so it's Bluetooth.
Okay, I'm just barely getting into dash cam, so that's something interesting.
It's kind of pricey for what it is, like $120 for it. But I mean, honestly, the fact that you can like literally, because I was rear-ended, and like I literally caught the video, like the guy was kind of drunk and he like tapped into me, but you know what I mean. It was a light accident. I would have let him go, but he stumbled out. He's like, I'm like, what are you drunk? He's like, yes, and I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People like I know people that died from that.
Yeah.
It's like I don't play that. So.
Any future plans for the interior?
I'm actually working on trying to put the what is it, the floor glow, like you know how the whole like the glow inside the floor for that. Right now the only thing I have is these what are they? They're light up floor mats, so they're all in red as well. So
let's see that go on.
So it kind of gives it a little accent to it. It's something, a little small thing, but
it's probably cool at night.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Also, I got to put my EL wire in back for the around the entire console, like the instrument cluster. I used to have it. I got to redo it again. It's this wire that sits pretty much. Let me see. I'll show you. It sits all around this whole piece, and it was attached to this switch as well. So when I turn it on, it kind of looks like a spaceship, basically.
Yeah.
I can send you the photos of what I had it and what it looked like before. But I want to get it redone, because I'm also taking this off and I'm also taking this again and repainting this so to match the whole red aesthetics. Yeah,
definitely. We'll include all the photos. Now, last thing to do you have 5 minutes to take us for a ride?
Sure, no problem.
We could literally just go around here.
All right.
I'll take this. Hopefully nobody... Here's the guys working on their knuckle or something. But we're gonna have Phil give us a ride. Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely an interesting day today. Yesterday and the day before we had like 70 something. It was really hot today. It's just raining all day.
Unfortunately, I do have a check engine light and an airbag light. Check engine light's the cats, because like I said, the engine burns oil, so it's pretty much the cats are shot. You can probably smell it at the moment. And the airbag light is for, I changed the, so obviously, you know, I have the cruise control here and everything. The setup for everything. I changed the buttons to get because they were worn out. But I think, I don't know, it's something with the airbag in here. That might either the clock spring shot or whatever it is. So it's doing its own thing right now. I gotta work on that.
Yeah, I like the red and the white. Okay.
And that's also red too. My buddy BX Bugs hooked it up with that. That's that when you go, that's the weight sensor for like if the airbag's off or anything. Someone didn't put their thing on. It'll pretty much. That's red as well.
Okay. All right, we'll just go on a little cruise. Yeah, I really like the exhaust setup. It's so nice and low and deep, and
it's the sound that I wanted. I don't want it too raspy. It's got a nice tone to it. I don't know if you want me to like hit it a little bit. You want to hear it a little bit?
It's your car. Hit it, flip it, slide it.
I'm not gonna slide it. I don't want to get arrested.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So my Mercury is really like boaty and floaty. This one's nice and stiff.
Moog upper control arms, stamped steel. What is it called? What is it? Monroe quick struts for the front, redone. What is it? The Moog sway bar links and the bushings for the front for the whole sway bar. I want to get the bigger one from ADTR.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how that is. The rear one I got the Moog. What is it called? The sway bar links for the back, but the bushings for some reason are too what is it called? Too big for the sway bar, because the sway bar's too small. So that's another one. I also want to get the trailer irons from ADTR as well, because I had them on my 03 and the car was so planted, especially if you want to do drives around curves and everything. I could take curves at like triple the speed.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel about losing it or anything like that.
Interesting.
I don't even know where I should go. Should I go?
Yeah, anywhere. Up to McDonald's right there is fine, and back.
I changed it to the what is it called? The multi-function switch. That's why it's click, click, click like that. So that's what happens when you put the new ones in. For some reason, they just click and make noise when you're trying to turn the wheel.
That's a nice pull. What gears are in here?
327s actually.
327s.
I'm thinking about upgrading to 355s.
355s came standard on the P-71s?
Actually, 327 is the highway gear, so it's like the thing is, it's 50-50, honestly, believe it or not. Sometimes you might get the ones with 327s, but those are the specific, the highway gears, and the 355s were kind of the city cars. That's what I was like.
Okay, so more like highway patrol or something?
Yeah, anything that had like a highway usually had 327s. The 327s were, what are you doing? Okay, I'll go then. Thank you.
Thanks.
Probably thinks I'm a cop.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is it? The thing is the 355s take off a lot faster, but what is it?
But in the long run, they
exactly, you kind of lose a little bit of that top end if you want to get there. My 03 had 327s as well, but since it was cable driven, it was a lot more responsive, and it definitely like hit 140 to say the least. So I was able to get the whole full experience of the speedo, but with the electronic throttle, for some reason, I think they like completely they limited it to 130, like 125 or 130. Okay. So it's
you maxed it out?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
And then the governor goes on?
And pretty much it'll sit there; it won't go any faster.
Okay.
But my 03 literally would like I was at 135, and it was like I can hear the trans starting to like scream at me. It was like, like wanted to shift
like please stop.
Exactly. I wanted to go to another gear, but I was like, yeah, there's no more. There's only 4. Sorry. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it drives pretty well for what it is.
It drives well. It sounds good. It looks nice. I got some nice wipers. Are they new?
They were new. They're actually about maybe a year old, but they're still pretty much doing their job.
This is the slowest test drive we've done. Right. In the parking lot.
Don't do it to yourself. Come on.
Come on, guy.
Oh, wow. And he hits the cones. Good job.
He goes for the cones.
Come on. You're gonna make me hit my car. We're gonna have problems. Seriously. This thing is like. Great thing about it is it's a boat, but I can still somehow turn on a dime. And I don't have power steering at the moment.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Your pump's out?
I don't know. It's actually, because the thing is, another weird thing about these cars, half of them came with, it's called VAPS, Variable Assist Power Steering. Mm-hmm. And it's a sensor, solenoid on it. And it's like, my power steering was working, and then it started mid-binding and everything. And then all of a sudden, it just completely went out. So I think it might be the solenoid. But Ford, in their almighty wisdom, decided, hey, let's not have a replacement solenoid part. So you have to replace the whole entire rack and pinion. But I'm looking to see if they can find a solenoid to replace, even if I take it from another Crown Vic or something like that. To get it to work.
I'm sure there's ways around it.
That's what I think it is, but I mean, we'll see too. We'll find out when I get to taking this thing apart and figuring it out. It could be the pump. It could be anything. You know how things go.
Yeah. It's like a rabbit hole.
Yep.
You get into one way and you find yourself in
1,000 and more problems.
Yep. So this will wrap up our interview review. I'm glad we got to meet finally and do this. It was a long time coming, but definitely a very nice in-depth review.
Thank you for including me. I appreciate it so much.
I think we'll end it here. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
And for your car. Will I include all your Instagram and everything in it?
Yes.
And yeah, we'll include everything you want to say in the description as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem.